We have here verse 47 of the 12th chapter, Gospel of John. Jesus has just been asserting that he's the light of the world. If anyone will believe in him, that person will escape from darkness and walk in light, which of course is an extension of the claims that he's been making about himself now throughout this entire context. And then he continues here in verse 47 with the same theme, saying kai, the connective, and then ian means if, taking the subjunctive, meaning there's a kind of questionable, conditional aspect to it. So we have here if, and then tis, the indefinite pronoun in the singular usually means someone, something like that. So, and if someone, and then me, this is the genitive singular personal pronoun, first person pronoun, so it means of me. We would normally expect it to go back here behind tone rhematon, so it would be my words or the words of me. When it's put up front like this, it adds a special emphasis to it. And so if someone will the of me words believe, and there's an emphasis there. Akuse, this is the subjunctive, it goes along with ian. So akuse, this is the third person singular, aorist active subjunctive. So if someone will hear the of me tone rhematon, this is the genitive plural of the neuter noun rhema, which means words, one of two common words in the New Testament for word. The other is logos, of course. So if anyone will hear my words, kai, again the connective, may, the negation used in non-indicative moods, and then again we have the non-indicative here. This is the subjunctive once again. It still goes along with ian. So if anyone will hear and not, and then phulogze. This is from the verb that means to guard something. Phulake is the noun for a guard or a prison, either one in the New Testament. This is something like the verb form of that. So it's an interesting expression. Jesus says, if someone hears my words and doesn't guard them, which probably means something like taking them as a possession that should be treated as a trust, something to be carefully valued is the idea. If they just cast them away, in other words, don't treat them with the requisite respect, then in a sense what Jesus is saying is that person has condemned themselves by so doing. And so he says ego, with the emphasis here, the ego is, we get ego from this, and the fact that it's present gives it emphasis. So I, emphatic, krino, do not judge. Krino, means I judge. We have the word krisis in Greek, which means a crisis or a judgment. Comes over into English, of course, in related words. So I do not judge, auton, the direct object of judge here, the accusative, singular masculine. So if anyone doesn't guard my words, I don't judge him, is the idea. The negation, gar, postpositive for I, aelthon, from erchomai, I come, third person singular, aorist active indicative, for I came, hina, the connective, again takes the subjunctive, I came in order, or I did not come, in order, krino, to judge. And again, this is the subjunctive, even though it could also be the indicative, but following a hina, we know it's subjunctive, so it's the first person singular, present active subjunctive. I did not come in order to judge ton kosmon. I didn't come to judge the world, comma, and then the strong conjunction, but, again a hina, in order, and then so, from sozo, I save, this is the first person singular, aorist active subjunctive, in order to save the world. We, of course, know that the coming of Jesus, the first coming of Jesus, involved both coming to save, but also coming to judge, but it came in two stages. That's why you hear, for example, John the Baptist saying that the axe is laid at the root of the tree. Jesus did come to save, but he also came eventually to judge. All of that was part of the complex of his first coming. But in this moment before the events of the gospel and so on. This moment when he's there among the people in the first century, he is coming not to judge at all. He doesn't have any judgment capacity at that point. His entire purpose is to preach a gospel of redemption and salvation, call people to repent. Soon enough, within that generation, of course, he would come in a quite different capacity, as he also makes quite clear throughout his statements in the New Testament.